Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of Scouting 5, recapping scouting news from around the world for the week of June 14th, 2021. I'm Scouter Ken, and this week I'm recording from St. John, New Brunswick. It would seem that the Girl Scouts of the United States are having a bit of a problem in the form of 15 million boxes of unsold cookies. Obviously, the main culprit here is the coronavirus pandemic, which has been ongoing for a while now, as we all know, and definitely had an impact on their spring selling season. In fact, many Girl Scout troops ultimately decided to nix their traditional program of cookie booths for safety reasons. The impact of these lost sales will of course be felt by local councils and troops. Those are the ones who ultimately depend on cookie sales to fund their programming, things like travel, camps, other activities. Normally, around 200 million boxes of cookies get moved per year. That's about $800 million worth of cookies. Now, to be fair, the Girl Scouts did forecast lower sales this year due to the pandemic, but the big problem for them turned out to be that the coronavirus restrictions in different areas were constantly shifting, and cookie orders placed by all of its local councils, 111 in total, were still too optimistic. That early spring window is usually when you will see the most cookie sales done. That's when they set up the tables and all of that good stuff. But that was also when U.S. coronavirus cases were still near their peak, and so many Girl Scout troops ultimately decided not to do any sort of in-person cookie sales. They did do online sales, and they even had a delivery partnership with Grubhub, but this did not make up the difference. And so as a result, we've got about 15 million boxes left over as cookie season winds to a close. And around 12 million of these are actually still in the warehouses of the bakers. That's Little Brownie Bakers out of Louisville, Kentucky, and ABC Bakers out of Brownsburg, Indiana. And then another 3 million boxes are in the hands of Girl Scout councils, and they're now left scrambling trying to find places to sell them or donate them. The cookies have a 12-month shelf life. The Boy Scouts of America has always prided itself on keeping its annual membership fee as low as possible, but with their operating costs rising, the fee will be increased next year to maintain their programming. Starting August 1st, the membership fee for Cub Scouting, Scouts BSA, Venturing, and Sea Scouting will be $72. That's up $6 from the fee that was enacted last August. The fee for Exploring participants will rise to $45, up from $42. There'll also be a one-time $25 joining fee for new program participants in Cub Scouting, Scouts BSA, Venturing, and Sea Scouting. That is unchanged. And there's no joining fee for the Exploring program or for participants previously registered in any other BSA program, such as those transferring from one program to another. Fees for adult volunteers will be $45, up from $42, and that includes the cost of a background check. Council paid memberships will remain at $30, and the unit charter fee will stay at $75. And I gotta say, I feel for BSA members facing these fees, fee increases. At the same time, though, just for a little context, Scouts Canada's membership fee for a youth participant is $230 for the year. Now, there's no registration fee for volunteers, although we are on the hook for the cost of a background check, which I think, if memory serves, is around $35. So I think on balance, Scouts BSA is still coming out ahead in terms of, lower membership fees for the year. The Boy Scouts of America Buffalo Trace Council is actually, right now as I'm recording this, holding their Camp Scout Day Camp. It's a 3-day-long event. It started on June 15th, and it's running through till Friday, June 17th at the iCamp Scout Center in Evansville, Indiana. I've been there. Not to the Scout Center, though. The theme this year is Adventures Through Time, and so the aim is to present participants with different events that harken back to the prehistoric era, the Renaissance, and also into the future. Activities for the camp will include things like archaeology and cave drawings, night training, rockets, and archery. Jumping across the pond to Scotland, Scout groups in the west of Scotland, there's a few different districts that are affected by this. We covered previously on Scouting 5 the story of how Scouting in the UK had seen a drop in membership unprecedented since the Second World War. And of course, a big part of rebuilding from that is having the volunteers to run scouting programs with. And of course, the 29% drop in membership as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic has also been accompanied by a 16% drop in their volunteer base. And so obviously they're, trying to encourage youth to join scouting, but just as much they are trying to encourage adults in the community to join up and help run scouting programming. So this is a problem that is, not just isolated to Scotland. I think the UK has definitely had, a very precipitous membership drop, maybe worse than in some other countries. But the need for volunteers is omnipresent. So as usual, I will just urge you, if you're listening to this now and you're not currently involved with scouting, but you think you could donate some of your time to a scouting group in your area, reach out and get in touch because they will probably be more than happy to onboard you as a volunteer. Scouts in Greece are partnering with the World Wildlife Fund to launch a new program called Adopt a Beach in order to collect plastic waste from the shores of that fine country. This is actually part of a broader citizen-based science initiative that the Greek Scouts are partnering with. The idea for the program is to create a platform nationwide for recording plastic pollution on Greek beaches, and as that data is collected, allow for volunteers to, go out and hopefully clean up after people who have not been responsible enough to clean up after themselves. Right now, though, they seem to mostly be focused on the actual monitoring effort. The way the program works is that there are teams that will adopt specific beaches throughout the country. So, of course, the Scouts, through their individual troops, are contributing several teams to the program. And these will be trained by the World Wildlife Foundation as to how to monitor for and record occurrences of waste and garbage on a beach. And the idea is that they will repeat this monitoring action periodically, 2 to 4 times a year, just to create sort of a series of data for each beach. And then that can be registered on this Adopt a Beach website that'll be publicly available to anybody. Findings from the program will also be used to advocate for other measures to limit disposable plastic products and to minimize the leakage of plastic waste into waterways. And finally, the Africa Scout Jamboree, which, by the way, is the largest regular event organized by the African Scout region, and it takes place every 4 years. Normally, it would gather thousands of young people from all over Africa and around the world. And as you might expect of a scouting jamboree, it's a educational event to promote peace and understanding between countries, and also for, the youth to come together and have a great time enjoying a wide variety of activities and to interact with each other. This year, unfortunately, it will be a virtual event. It'll be hosted by NSO Uganda Scout Association, and it will take place from the 29th of July to the 3rd of August. The Uganda Scout Association will host also a series of physical events at the Kazi National Scout Camp in Kampala, under the theme of Step Into Africa's Tomorrow. The Jamboree is open to scouts between the ages of 14 and 17 years, and also volunteers above the age of 18 years. NSOs will have to register all their international patrols and share their information with the Africa Support Center by the 30th of June, 2021. And that is all the news I have for you this week. Thank you again for listening, and until next time, be prepared.